Now, as much as I love the iPhone 13 mini, I think that it's safe to say that it's probably never coming back. Now, the reason why I say that the 13 mini may never be coming back is because even though it was loved by many people, it still wasn't enough for the general public to spend any money on it. Ever since the iPhone 6 Plus, Apple and other smartphone companies began making their phones bigger and bigger as the years went on, which in turn got many people to adjust and slowly forget about smaller phones altogether. And I totally get why many smartphone companies went in this direction. With a bigger screen, you get a better visual experience. You can start upgrading the batteries since the phone allows for bigger batteries. And the general public loved it so much that it was a win-win situation for all. And by the time the iPhone 12 mini and 13 mini were released, people had already forgotten about smaller phones and realized that the benefits of having a bigger phone was too great, which in turn means that sales are extremely low and Apple gets rid of the mini series after 2 years. And even though the 13 mini is probably never coming back, I wanted to make this video specifically for the iPhone mini fans and show you guys how it's holding up in 2024. Now, even though the battery on the 13 mini has its limitations due to size, I was still getting better usage on a daily basis compared to the previous 12 mini. On a daily basis, I was watching YouTube videos, FaceTiming friends and family, playing casual games like Subway Surfer, and scrolling through social media. Power saving mode was routine whenever I used my 13 mini. I would always turn it on whenever my phone hit 70%, and it helped me get through the day easier. Around 7 p.m., I will be on 10% whenever I follow my usual power saving schedule, and my 13 mini would die around 2 p.m. whenever I did it. I'm getting 4 to 6 hours of screen time a day on a daily basis, and if you are someone who wants to get heavier use out of it, you should get around 2 to 3 hours, which isn't really that great at all. Charging the 13 mini wasn't the fastest, but still could get the job done. I would charge overnight and sometimes during the day, and it would take a little over an hour to get to 100%. I was also using my phone on 5G. I always had my brightness on medium to high at all times. And overall, I would say that the iPhone 13 mini has given a pretty underwhelming experience, average charging speeds, below average longevity, and average power saving capabilities. Now, looking at the design of the 13 mini and how it's been holding up, it's one of my favorite upgrades all across the board. It feels good but can be fingerprint prone due to the glass back. It has the classic lightning port, the same diagonal camera cutout, and the same simple clean Apple aesthetic. The boxy build smoothed out by the rounded corners created a nice balance, and the glossy back can result in a very clean, new looking phone. The blue color is still shining years later. My phone has gotten some smudges on it, and that's why I like the blue color. It hides stains better and looks great. Now, looking at weight, the 13 mini is the lightest iPhone that I've used in years, and I love how it has amazing portability to go along with it. You can put it in your shirt pocket, on the smallest parts of your car's holder, and even smaller side pockets in your pants. It also has a classic notch, which is a bit more outdated, but I still think it looks great and doesn't ruin the aesthetic. And speaking of aesthetic, the 13 mini is pretty much the exact same phone as the iPhone 12, 13, and 14, and that's one of the reasons why I like it a lot. It's a much smaller version of 3 very powerful phones. Now, moving on to display, the iPhone 13 mini looks amazing and holds up very well. Punchy colors, vibrant experience, and a high quality resolution. But the only thing that stops it from reaching its full potential is the 60Hz refresh rate. And this basically means that the scrolling isn't as smooth as the iPhone 15 Pro or Pro Max. In terms of durability, the 13 mini's display is made up of ceramic shield. The resistance has been tested since this phone has slipped off my couch twice, and it has yet to have a crack or a scratch, so it does work to a minor extent. The premium look is the best attribute that this display has. The colors pop, the smoothness was apparent, and like most iPhones, it was visually stunning. The brightness is okay at best. Again, 800 nits of peak brightness is okay, but it still can get the job done. I mainly work from home, and the few times that I was outside and using my 13 mini, it didn't really give me any problems when dealing with the sun or any annoying glare, but it could have been brighter. Face ID is still very sharp and accurate. Apple has always been dominating the facial recognition game, and again, I'm glad to see that they've always kept up that consistency throughout the years. And the last thing that I wanted to touch on when it comes to the display was just how good it looks when watching content, movies, and videos on social media. The size is the most influential factor on the 13 mini. Some people hate looking at small displays, other people love it, and personally, I like it, but at the end of the day, it's really just personal preference. I also loved how the 13 mini handles iOS 17. It was still very smooth, there was no choppy animations. My phone didn't get hot too much whenever I would play power heavy games, and I think the 13 mini has another 3 to 4 years of running the software very smoothly. Now, moving on to camera, the 13 mini is still an amazing camera that's backed by amazing lighting, editing, and modes to enhance the footage. The camera software continues to push the envelope and make my photos look as realistic as possible. The selfies were still top tier, different objects in different environments were able to flourish, and I'm still very happy that my iPhone 13 mini is keeping up very well. Zoom photos were top notch as well. On the base model iPhones, there aren't that many modes to choose from, but you can always go digital zoom, which works just fine if you parked your car and you need to see something from far away. Selfies on the 13 mini were among the best in the smartphone market still. I love how it handles my skin tone. I love how it looks realistic while also adjusting little details, and I still can't believe that the 13 mini is holding up this well. Videos on the 13 mini also still hold up very well. The autofocus, many different modes, impressive stabilization, and quality was very consistent, which made me want to shoot videos on it. You can shoot up to 4K, you can also shoot up to 60 frames per second, you can go into cinematic mode, slow-mo, and editing the videos was just as impressive. The stabilization was solid, pans were smooth along with brightness and contrast, and the smoothness was all top tier. And I want to give you guys some of my random footage that I was able to capture with my 13 mini. And alright you guys, that's it for my review on the iPhone 13 mini. It's a phone that didn't get the full appreciation, and I'm kind of sad that we probably won't be able to see the full potential of the mini series. But for now, the iPhone 13 mini is a nice period piece that brings me insane nostalgia, and I would definitely recommend getting it if you want a second phone, or you just want a quality phone that'll get the job done. And let me know down in the comments, do you guys think that the iPhone mini series will make a return? Let me know. And if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Peace.